A lot of people think the United States is pro-Israel, but the reality is the United States is pro the United States and will always push their foreign interests to make sure that they're on top and that there are conflicts all around the world and that they control the strongest country of the region, making sure to pump in weapons to both sides, which only allows the military-industrial complex to keep running in order to get money to these weapon companies and to control those regions. They're giving weapons to Egypt, they're giving weapons to Jordan, they're giving weapons to Israel, they're giving weapons and finances to the Palestinian Authority. So why are we fighting all each other with the same weapons given from the same sources? Does that make sense? Well, it's in America's interest to make sure that there's a conflict here in order to make sure that they're on top of the race. If you're running in a race and other people are running and catching up and have even the potential to be fast runners behind you, what are you gonna do? You're gonna throw some banana peels. You're gonna make sure that they're just gonna slip so that they can stay to the back. And you're gonna position yourself as if you're the leader that's truly helping those behind, trying to push them up. But in reality, it's in their interest to make sure to keep Israel and the rest of the Middle East down and to prevent us from uniting. And all this US aid that we're getting to Israel, I'm actually against US aid because we're not getting cash and then we can do whatever we want with the cash and invest within ourselves. We're getting credit, and that credit comes with ties. And those ties are that we can't sell or buy any technology or weapons from any other country without the United States approval, that we cannot diversify and be independent or dependent at least on many sources. They're forcing us to be dependent solely on the United States. And my question to many people is, what happens tomorrow when America falls? What happens tomorrow if America becomes anti-Israel? Where are we going to get our bullets, our guns, our planes, and all these different things that Israel needs to be independent? Now, I understand that originally when Israel was created, we couldn't right away manufacture and be independent ourselves, and we had to buy weapons here, buy weapons there, but we need to evolve to a reality where all things that we need to create in Israel are created here, which not only helps the economy, but makes us independent of any other pushing of foreign policy or any other control from the outside. And that's something Israel hasn't done. An example that really exposes the interest and the motives of the United States is the Levy program. In the 80s, Israel was creating a fighter jet program to make sure that it would build its own fighter jets. What did America do? It quickly came, slapped the hand of Israel, and made sure that they would stop and forced it to shut down. Now, why would they do that if they're our allies, if they're supportive? Wouldn't they want Israel to be independent if they were truly our allies? No, their goal is to make sure that we're dependent on them, and any initiative that will allow Israel to experience true freedom and to be independent of anyone else and to be able to manufacture its own tools and needs to defend itself, that should be America's interest. They actually do the contrary. They force Israel to be completely dependent on America's military in order to control us, in order to push foreign policy. I'm not against having a relationship with America. I'm against having a toxic relationship with America. And so we need to heal this toxic relationship that we have with countries that we are dependent on and make sure that we are not only independent, but that any relationship that we have with any country is something that is mutually beneficial and not only to one side on the long term.